Hello, my name is Sydney Braden and I am going to be talking about Romania. Many of you would ask, why Romania? I went to Romania on a mission trip with members from my church. This trip took place in October of last year's fall break. This was a life-changing experience for me and one that I will never forget. We flew on lots of planes, met a lot of nice people, and helped the community a lot. Planes were a new experience for me. My first plane ride was an 8-hour flight into Paris. This was a tad nerve-wracking for me, but thankfully once I was on the plane and in my seat, I was fine for the rest of the trip. After this flight, we took a 2-hour flight into Budapest and then a 4-hour bus ride to where we were staying. By far, the most entertaining of the flights was the overseas one. I was able to watch movies the whole time we were in the air. A cool thing about this plane ride was that you could see Paris going into the airport, and that was cool to me. Next are the people. Most of the people in Romania were either very welcoming or they wanted nothing to do with you. There was this homeless man named Rudy who was super nice. He introduced us to his family, and we were even able to hold his baby. Then we went to the villages where people would try and hide from us just to get to where they couldn't talk to us. We also met tons of kids that were part of an orphanage. These kids were the sweetest kids you would ever meet. All they wanted was love, and they didn't care who they got it from. However, it was extremely sad when we had to leave. They held on to us, and they gave us a great big hug. Most of the things that we did in Romania was to spread the belief of Christianity. We went to villages and talked to people on the streets. We talked to the homeless and offered them food and other essentials that they needed at the time. We even went to school and transit centers. One of the pastors owned an orphanage named the House of Hope, and this is where we met the 22 amazing kids that I will forever love. Lastly, at the end of the trip, we drove back into Budapest and did some sightseeing and took a night boat ride into the city. In conclusion, third world countries can change your life in unexpected ways. It can show you things that you never imagined possible. People without shoes, without homes, and people selling their kids just to try and make ends meet. There are a few things that opened my eyes to the unthinkable and forever made me thankful of what I have. Do you ever complain about not having enough? Please just consider these words before you complain again. Kids were being sold, young kids, because their parents didn't have enough money to live. You are enough and you have enough. Don't forget it.